closer. Don't hesitate. All of our products are a blessing from the Enlightened.
Hello, sir. You are from the congregation, are you not?
Indeed. De Sardet. Your admiral has...
Pleasure. You may call me Fernando. I am the port commander here. What might I...
Your admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Toledo.
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared, and I do not. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte. More questions?
Thanks.
The Nauts like to be secretive, just like us. Guilds always are. But that does not make them poisons. These priests are exaggerating.
We should talk to some other sailors at the port. If some of their comrades have also disappeared, they may be able to give us some information. Good day. I'm looking for several sailors. Some Nauts that disappeared a few days ago.
Sorry, that doesn't ring any bells. You should ask the Mage Inquisitors. They must have certainly seen... Especially...
And what do these Mage Inquisitors look...
They wear a very peculiar symbol.
We cannot question all the Inquisitors roaming around the island. Good day. I'm looking for two... Do you know anything about them?
Why? As a matter of fact, 3 or 4 days ago, I was at the tavern. He was telling these stories. He was drinking. He went outside for a... Well, he never came back. He wasn't that... No. Something happened to him. That's a fact.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that is where we should go. If we find Inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here.
Come closer. Don't hesitate. All of our products are a blessing from the Enlightened. We supply the Mother Cardinal herself.
We're approaching the tavern.
If we're discreet, we should be able to eavesdrop on a conversation.
You again. Why am I not surprised to see you implicated in this story?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A witness told me that you and others of your order seem to be spying on all comings and goings, and 2 Nauts were captured not long ago. You had to have seen something.
You are mistaken, my son. You've been...
I advise you to seriously change tone and tell us all that you know. You wouldn't want to suffer a humiliating defeat now, would you?
I do not appreciate this attempt at intimidation. But very well. Since you insist, these Nauts were arrested. We were forced to interrogate them to bring to light their pagan
It
rituals.
wasn't a sanctioned arrest, was it?
No. The mother. But as soon as we have succeeded in making them talk and they have confessed their heresy, she...
Of course. Where did you take...
Coin Guard has... We do not normally like to call upon the services of these brutes, but we have need of their skills.
These Inquisitors really don't realize the consequences of their actions. We will have to proceed with caution.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free. Come and see me as soon as you have made your choice. You won't be disappointed.
Halt! You have no authority.
Do not forget that there is only one song that can make us change our minds, Greenblood.
Played with golden notes.
You said it. Or songs of steel. They also open doors.
And if I gave you this? So that you might go and have a little...
In that case, I could certainly look.
Locked.
Thank you. Thank you for getting us out of there.
Those Inquisitors are completely mad. They wanted us to admit to all manner of horrors. Stories of some demonic cult and curses of Malak. I was of the firm belief that they were going to kill us. But you must make haste. They are planning some sort of wickedness.
They spoke of a great purification. And after that, they did this to us. I heard them talking about their headquarters near the palace. Maybe you'll thank you again for freeing us.
We need to discover what is behind this talk of purification, before they can execute their plan. We should go see this Domitius after all. What he will tell us may help us understand.
May the Enlightened always keep you...
Good day.
It's blocked.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free. Come and see me as soon as you have made your choice. You won't be disappointed. Of that I can assure you. Come on.
May the Enlightened bless you.
What do you want from me?
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the congregation.
The congregation still has the... I am Bishop Domitius. I represent the Ordo Luminous.
I believe you have a few problems.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my son. And of course the pagan Nauts would be They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings...
Whatever do you mean?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the blood plague? Why are the only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various... I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in their stockhouses in the port.
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
Are a blessing from the...
Good day, Desart.
I met the representative of the Ordo Luminis, and he spoke of his fears concerning the Nauts.
That hardly surprises me. That man is full of pride and arrogance, and sees evil wherever he gazes.
And that bishop is not made of milk and kindness, but his questions are intriguing. He suspects you to be somehow responsible for the Malachor because you never fall prey to it.
Responsible for the Malachor? And how?
Through your magic. Some sort of ritual. Do you use a magic very similar to that of the natives?
I have nothing more to say about it. Those are merely the fantasies of a lunatic. More questions?
Thanks. The commander will probably not tell us anything more about the Naut's secrets. But the documents at the Harbor Master's office may teach us something new. If we can stay discreet. This note speaks of a secret hangar. We should investigate, even though it's sure to be well guarded. That way we'll know exactly what the Nauts are hiding from us.
Halt! These buildings are...
Move aside!
Guards! To me...
I've already seen this type of engine in my uncle's court. It's used to spy upon the stars. Nothing magic nor impure therein. They're nothing but measuring instruments. These machines are extremely complex. I've never seen anything like this. Oh. This one looks like it has a shouting dolphin etched into its side. And that? It looks like a thermometer. And this other machine, does it really predict the weather? These instruments are incredible, and I would be hard-pressed to use them. But I certainly see nothing magic in here. Nor anything diabolical. For as long as they work and are really used, these instruments seem to be the product of science. And I've definitely found nothing related to the Malachor, nor a secret sect or cult. This Domitius has let his imagination and the taste of Naught's secrets get the... Now our priority is to discover what this great purification is. We must meet with the Mother Cardinal urgently. Only she can put an end to this madness. Yes? I would like to have an audience with the Mother Cardinal to discuss the discoveries made during our...
What is this about, Domitius?
Well, I don't rightly know.
You see, Eminence, Bishop Domitius has brought to my ears his order's accusations concerning the Naughts. According to him, they practice a religion close to those of the natives, and use a They would also be implicated, therefore, in the appearance of...
That is an extremely...
Effectively, considering the accusation is founded on no proof other than the Naught's tradition of secrecy. These suspicions have pushed the Order to extreme actions. risking the fragile peace of the island. I caught wind of a ridiculous scheme planned for the port by the Ordo Luminis, and I wanted to clear it up. I was able to get my hand on documents that effectively detailed an attack. A great purification. They were signed by you, Father, and included a contract where you enlisted the assistance of the Coin Guard to attack every Naught building and make prisoner of every one of their men that could be—
Domitius, how could you? Whatever did you want to accomplish?
The Naughts are not believers. We should not be dependent on
Have you gone completely mad, Domitius? We are on an island. How could we not be dependent on the Naughts? I want them arrested. Him and every member of his order. I will decide at a later time. I thank you for bringing this business to my attention. Going after the Naughts. What mad. Without you, this city would now be drowning in chaos. Carry my best wishes to your cousin. His desire to maintain the peace on the island honors his house's reputation.
I will tell him, Your Eminence. Until we meet again.
Desarde, what can I do?
I've settled the problem in San Mateos. Several of your men were imprisoned by the Ordo Luminis. The misguided brothers planned to attack the port. I had them arrested. They should no longer be a threat to you. The Order thought you to be heretics because of your tradition of secrecy.
The secrets. They often cut both ways. Therefore, I'm going to reveal to you another. We discovered this island nearly 2 centuries ago. A few decades later, we sold the discovery to your nation of merchants. Then, our closest ally, we transported some lords, men and merchandise. The lords revealed themselves to possess a tyrannical nature and began to exploit the lands with their actions. Provoked a revolt of the natives, but also the very workers and craftsmen they had brought with them. The magic of the natives of Tir Fradee was awoken. Beasts came out of the woods and destroyed the new. Only a handful of lords and armed men were able to make it back to our ships. The losses were enormous. The humiliation, devastating. Your princes paid us well to keep their secret. They continued to make the occasional expedition. You are, in fact, a product of one of them.
What are you saying?
You must have had your doubts. You are the child of a native. You were born on one of our ships.
The child of an islander?
I understand how difficult this is to hear, and I wouldn't know why your family has kept this from you all this time. In the end, we decided to sell the secret location of the island to other nations. The congregation, in spite of its fears, could not keep away. And I am sorry for the shock I have caused you. You asked me for the truth. Anything else?
I need to be... I can't believe it. That for all this time, I've been fed lies. Did Constantine know? I must go and see him.
I understand you may be sad because you were lied to. But do not be sad about who you are. We are a proud people. And I am glad to know that you are one of us.
Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters, like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see. I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I so hate their little knives.
And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black. Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me. Constantine, stay with me. Constantine. There is a chance that he is in error. It might be something else.
I'm going to die.
No, no, Constantine.
I will die, like your mother, and the others on the continent. I am dying. I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want...
Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order.
Thank you, cousin.
There now. Are you better?
I don't know. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm going to find a cure, I promise you.
Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one.
Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore.
I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here?
It can wait. It's nothing that can't be dealt with later.
But please, please, whatever it is, it will take my mind elsewhere.
I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago, and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat, and paid the Nauts to keep the secret.
That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me.
That's not the most shocking part of the story, believe me.
What do you mean?
The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother came from the island and was brought back. I was born on one of their ships.
What? But... that means you are not...
your dear cousin? No. All the lies we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told that I'm the spitting image of my dead father lost during an expedition. God, I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me?
I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my dear cousin. You have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day. Kurt, what is...
Dismissed, soldiers! Leave us. We have much to say.
What is going on? I don't appreciate this attitude, Kurt. Must I remind you that these men all answer to me?
Times change, Your Highness. Or rather, they're about to do so.
Is that a threat? What are you hoping to accomplish? Don't tell...
Silence! We have little time, and none to lose.
Kurt, what are you talking about?
The commander of the Coin Guard is here in New Serene at this very moment. He's preparing a coup d'etat. In the 3 cities of the island, our men are going to eliminate the governors and their entourage.
This is madness. How?
How? You'll go down as easy as plum pie and cherry wine. Standing behind every one of you is one of our men. You have entrusted us with your security. You are completely at our mercy.
Then why did you send your men away? And why are you telling us all of this?
I've known you both for a very long time. Too long. I've come to know you. To respect you. And I've never reneged on a contract. These orders go against all that I am. A cold-hearted mercenary. Definitely. But never a traitor. And so now you are forewarned. You must take action.
Thank you, Kurt. I will not forget this. Constantine, we need to get you to safety as well as your counselors.
But I want to...
What? Take part? You can barely stand up. No. We must take you into the cellar.
If I've completely understood what you've said, Kurt, the governors of our cities are also in danger.
Yes. If you want to keep your allies, Your Highness, you also need to warn them.
Correct. We cannot let them fall into the hands of these traitors.
I will find the means to send them a messenger. Do you know where to find your conspirators?
It would seem I should be one of them. They are counting on me to eliminate both of you. The most urgent matter is to get our hands on the commander and his 3 lieutenants. The others are doing nothing but following orders. If we cut off their heads, they will fall into rank.
I always knew you were a good man.
Don't make me change my mind. We'd better be off. Now. We'll certainly have to fight some traitors at Torsten's behest on our way to the cellar. Stay on your guard.
Stay behind us, Constantine. You're in no condition to fight.
We must also think about the advisors, including your professor. And then we have to rescue Lady Mirage.
We must hurry before the guard can act. Lord de Cossillon! The Coin Guard tried to assassinate my cousin and is plotting the same actions against the other governors.
So, they have finally done it. Such proximity to power is a terrible tempting. It was only a question of time before they...
We should have paid more attention to your lessons. We might have been able to avoid all of this. Follow me. I'm taking...
I'm coming.
Drink a potion! Lord Minister! The Coin Guard wants to take control of the island by assassinating all its governors.
The Guard is everywhere. They could succeed.
We will do everything in our power to thwart them. Come now. We'll take you somewhere safe.
I'll follow you.
And death to the others! Let's see if you know how to control.
We've reached the cellar. It looks like a good place to hide. Constantine, promise me that you will stay here until we secure the city.
Do I even have a choice? Here I am, consigned to my quarters like some broken old maid.
Like someone ill, Constantine. Someone sick who is dear to me, and the city wouldn't survive your loss.
You have such a way with words. Very well. I promise to stay here, obediently awaiting your return.
Let's go then.
And cousin? Watch out for yourself. You were dear to me as well.
You are safe here.
You have my eternal gratitude, Excellency. We owe you our lives.
You will be safe here. Lady Morange, make ready to depart.
But what is going on?
The Coin Guard has decided to take control of the Isle. They plan to overthrow the governors. They were set on assassinating Constantine and his entire entourage.
The idiots!
You are in danger. Do you know a safe place where we could take you?
Don't worry about me. I have friends here. They will hide me. Go! And do be careful.
Now is not the time. Messenger, be ready to leave at once. You must warn the governor of Hikmet that a conspiracy is underway targeting him.
It's just that I can't leave the city just yet.
What are you talking about? The order comes from the governor. What more do you need?
It's just that I was told if I left the city today, it would cost me my life.
Who said that? The commander's men, I suppose?
I don't really know, but they were heavily armed and they pay very well.
If it's a question of money, how much did they promise you?
A lot.
You should be ashamed.
Your Excellency.
Make preparations to leave. You must tell the Mother Cardinal her life and the—
Very well, Your Excellency.
The commander must be in his upstairs quarters preparing the attack. We should try to reach him discreetly.
We could try to go through the tavern's kitchen.
That's one way to do it. Or we could use the scaffolding to access the upper floor directly. But it's visible from the dormitories. And I know that the young recruits were ordered to stay there.
They will not suspect us if we're wearing guard uniforms. Do you know where the 3 lieutenants you told us about are located?
Ludger is an instructor. He'll be in the right wing of the barracks. As for the other 2, they'll be at the tavern. Olga and Werner are in charge of the guards' secondary activities in the basement.
I see. Our priority should still be to stop Torsten. We'll worry about the others later.
Shit. We've arrived too late.
Do you know where Torsten could have gone?
No. But we'll certainly find some information about it in these papers.
What are you doing here? Who let you in?
It seems that your men are a little distracted this evening. It is understandable, with all that's been— You are under arrest, as well as your
What? I recognize you. And Kurt. You had your own—
Sorry. But forced to betray someone, I decided it would be the less likable of the lot.
Traitor. Soldiers!
No magic here. Drink a potion.
Torsten is a snake, but he's clever. Apparently, he suspected I would refuse to follow his orders.
He must have been told about our attack on the ghost camp and drew his own conclusions. He knew you better than you thought he did. It's blocked. It's blocked.
The guard, we're moving out. Break camp. We are no longer welcome here. And so, these snake oil merchants defy us by sending their watchdog. Let's show them what guards are made of! I'm here, you pathetic dog!
The game is over for you, Commander.
Do I have the time to return and see those dear to me?
Constantine, how are you feeling?
Death is on my doorstep, and all hope has flown through the window. Come closer. What ill tidings do you bring?
Yes. I thought you'd like to know that the Coin Guard's attempt to take control of the island has failed.
This is excellent news. The kind I've not had in a great while. Thank you, Kurt. Were it not for your loyalty, we were lost. As for you, my dear cousin, you know what I owe you. Not only have you looked out for me, like always, but you have protected my advisors.
Yes. And if your highness would permit, I would like to relay our most sincere gratitude from all of Thélème. Thanks to your message, the Mother Cardinal was able to thwart the Commander's plans. By the grace of the Illuminated, the city is saved, and the traitors punished as they should be.
I was told that you were able to catch the Commander before he got away.
Barely, but alas, his lieutenants managed to escape.
I care little for the underlings. The Commander will pay for all of them. Do you happen to know the punishment we practice for treason? Oh yes. I remember now. Enough talk of ruffians. They failed, and for that, I again thank Kurt.
If your highness is looking for a means to translate his gratitude, gold is a present that is always appreciated.
I imagine that you shall name a new commander.
Yes. I will discuss the matter with loyalist officers, but I think I know who will be elected.
I hope it is someone whom we can trust. We do need soldiers, but loyal soldiers above all.
We are well aware that the Guard's reputation has been tarnished. We will not make the same mistake twice. Sieglinde is solid and loyal. I have fought beside her.
You have my complete trust, Kurt. You have amply earned it. Before you leave, I must ask you something.
All right. I'm listening.
I'm always suffering, cousin. I'm in such terrible pain and we're yet to discover a cure.
I'm sorry. I fully intend to continue my research. We have a number of leads, but with all that's been happening...
Don't blame yourself. I know how much you do for me. Yet, I'm afraid that before the sickness claims me, the pain will have driven me mad. If only there was a way to ease my suffering.
I know of a healer, with powers that are legendary amongst the clans. It is rumored he can alleviate even the most terrible pains. His village is west of the city. I could take you there.
One of our holy men lives in San Mateus. His healing powers are supposedly miraculous. Alas, it is a miracle we are in need of, my son.
I'm nothing more than a sailor. I don't have much to offer when it comes to healing. As it would seem Thélème are prey for the Malachor, just like the Bridge Alliance. Perhaps it would be best to ask for aid from those not suffering from the plague.
The sailor's right. The holy men and the sages had their chance on the continent, and we all know how that went. If this healer is as skilled as our pretty little sapling here says, then we need to see him right away.
Thank you, as always, for your advice. Cousin, you are the only one I trust, so please, don't let me lose my mind.
I'll follow the leads and find a way. I won't let you down. Hold on. I'll be back as soon as I can.
I need to speak with you, my child.
Yes, Petrus.
I've come up with a plan to put what we've learned about the Mother Cardinal.
Do tell.
You will have to take part in a fight in the arena, and we must make sure that the odds are high. To do this, you'll have to face a champion.
That would effectively raise the odds.
That may be the case, but the highest...
I see. We are going to make the Mother Cardinal believe that I will lose at a specific...
And by doing so, you'll win something bigger than a fight.
This will make her lose a
Exactly. I've even taken measures to make sure her usual money without knowing it, she will come to me looking for gold in order to place...
And she will be at our mercy.
This is how all scores are settled, my child. Or so, what do you...
It's a complicated plan, but an effective one.
Let's go back to the St. Matthias bookmaker. Your skills seem to interest him.
Karans, do you need something?
Greenblood, my... Glad to see you.
I'm listening.
Remember that note we found?
Of course. The one that said the recruits had been sent to different...
Yes. It was signed with... He was the one who founded the camp we closed. And believe me, he has done an incredible amount of damage to the guard. But you look quite... Come back and see me. Anything else?
I'm listening. Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
I want to challenge the
A champion? You were asking about Candy Cane. It wouldn't be him that sent you here, babe.
No one has sent me. I'm looking to make...
Ah, it's true you have talent, and the public does. Let me think. It's been a while since he fought, but he's not a youngster anymore, but his name is not...
This Briscard sounds...
A deal! I'll work on getting things ready for the... Until then, as soon as you're ready...
We should go and see Candy Cane, so he can set up our deal. So when you win, she will lose her bet.
You again?
Why so defensive? Petrus, you have a proposal?
That's right. I've thought of a little scheme that could make us... You know me, so you also know and that my idea...
They do say that you are devious. Perhaps too much so.
My friend here loves the glory and sand of the...
I've gained quite a reputation. Soon I'll be taking on a... I'm no fool, though. I know I won't last long against him.
Yeah, I've seen the odds. Everyone expects you to lose within a minute. So what?
Let us suppose that our champion is a little less aggressive.
If the fight can last at least 5 minutes, An informed better would win the jackpot.
And I'd keep a little of my...
Very well. I'll arrange it. Don't take advantage of the deal and try to beat the champion. If you do, he'll wipe the floor with you. You want to get your money, don't...
Excuse me, are you Cecilius?
I am a healer only through the grace of the Illuminate.
My cousin, the governor of New Serene, is in dreadful pain.
Well, that's terribly sad. Was he wounded in combat? Was it during the Coin Guards' rebellion?
Alas, no. He is afflicted with the Malachor, and his days are numbered. We're looking for a cure, but...
Now that's a true miracle that you require. And I fear that they're extremely...
Cecilius, my friend. If there's anyone on this island capable of helping the governor, have you not been blessed by the Illuminated? Is it not your obligation? Without them, who knows what would have happened to our holy city during the...
Petrus, you always knew how to weave words to get what you want. Very good. I'll go to New Serene and try, but do not feed on vain hopes. There are trials that...
Thousand thanks.
May the Illuminated... I will
I have not lost...
Cecilius is an extraordinary healer. I'm certain he'll be able to at least alleviate Constantine's pain.
I do not know your magic very well. But if it's so powerful, why would you have to come here to look for an antidote?
All I'm hoping for is that he will manage to give my cousin some time and some respite while we look for an antidote.
Come close.
Ready to accept? Ah, are you ready for the... Your friends must...
Yes.
So... What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations.
Thank you. It wasn't easy.
And here are your winnings from the combat.
Bravo! A glory!
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier. The thought of holding something over...
That is true. Politics is an extremely subtle...
I imagine we need to go...
Yes, and I hope
Lord de Sardet. And you, Petrus. What can I do for you?
We have come to...
How do you know that? Oh.
Will you just let him believe that
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe...
All of this just to make me spill the... I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Excellency.
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You excel at this game.
It's true. And I also know when to...
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and Constantine. Is that clear?
Is that what you're expecting? Ah, but I'm sure that this sly old fox has... You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank of card. You haven't learnt your lesson, then? Have you forgotten the abyss into which you plunged because of your ambition?
Petrus, what is she talking about?
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that...
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened. It's true. But if someone deserves to know...
No.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will. Petrus knew your mother, child.
My mother? Petrus, is this true?
Be damned, Cornelia. I used to go to the jail to give my spirituals. That's where I met her. She was obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You knew that my uncle lied to me, and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed.
Why talk to others about it?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken... Ah, damnation. It's better now that you know. I want to do something in her memory. I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that all of this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you now? You have used me for your scheming and kept me in the dark.
I understand how you feel, my child. Let's wait a little, until you've taken it all in. Time heals the wounds of the soul. Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, de Sardet. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.